Pa died when I was 43. He didn't leave much to my ma and me, just 90 million francs and a chateau on a peak. Now I don't blame him cause he made me rich, but the meanest things that son of a bitch did before my birth was to name me Dominique. Well, he must have thought it's a normal name, but outside of France the ladies call it lame, and they laughed to them it's quel comique. Girl turned me down when I made that pass, that made me mad so I'd grab her ass. You got a lot to prove when your name's Dominique. Well, I grew up to be a real big shot in France, which means I get to take off my pants anytime I see a chick with a sexy shape. Once I made a pass at a journalist. During our interview she was groped and kissed. To hear her tell it, that was attempted rape. Well, it was in New York in early May, and I was leaving town around midday. Got out of the shower feeling magnifique. Right there by my bed in a French-made gown, a black babe asked, "Want they turned down?" And I yelled, "Why? 'Cause my name's Dominique." Well, I knew I could thank my stupid dad for that girly names that I've always had, but this time I would not let her turn me down, would you? My dick's big and bent and my pubes are gray, so she looked at me in a wide-eyed way, and I said, "I'm Dominique, but I'm no freak. So now we will screw." Yeah, that's what I told her. I looked her hard right into her eyes, and she went down, but to my surprise, she came up with some excuse that said she had to go. So nothing happened that is evidential, or whatever did happen was consensual. Just ask my attorney, she's a nut, she's a slut, she's a hoe. Well, I told her, "Babe, why don't you blow?" But I can't recall if she said no. Well, at least she never beat like a crocodile. She heard me leave, and then I heard her cuss. But by that time I was on the bus, and I was on my plane when a cop came down the aisle. He said, "Son, our jails are rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough. And you'll find yourself between the hard place and the rock. So I'll give you advice as I say goodbye. In jail you have to get tough or die, or else get used to sucking a lot of cock." He said, "Now you just got blown by a hotel maid, and maybe you'll say she got fairly paid, but maybe she did it because she was scared and weak. So you want to thank her when you make bail for showing you how to stay alive in jail. You'll need it with a name like Dominique." What could I do? I got all choked up and threw up my lunch, asked my lawyer for cash, and he raised me a bunch. Now I'm out of jail with a different point of view. Now I think about that maid real quick every time I'm tempted to whip out my dick. And if you ever go to jail, tell them your name is Jacques or Pierre or anything but Dominique. I tell you, I still hate that name.